Welcome to Biztech's C-Suite Conversation Show. Our conversation today revolves around smart energy solutions and the rise of advanced AI in supporting this essential industry. We are going to be discussing AI trends for this sector, including how advanced AI will serve as a supporting function to human labor at intelligent factories and manufacturing plants. Now, here to tell us more is Johnson Liu. He's the Director of Asia Pacific at CHINT Global. Now, founded in 1984 and headquartered in Shanghai, CHINT is a leading provider of smart energy solutions. Now, they are present in over 140 countries, boast more than 40,000 employees, and have annual sales revenue of over $16 billion US. Now, to tell us about CHINT, welcome to the show, Johnson.
Oh, thank you for having me, Brian. I'm happy to be here and excited to share more insights on this topic. Thank you.
Now, give us an overview of CHINT and your solutions across the globe.
Okay, well, CHINT is a global smart energy leader, like you described before. You know, we focus on accelerating innovation to meet sustainability goals of businesses, governments, and communities. And we help these organizations with their smart energy infrastructure. So we've had over 35 years of global experience, and we've been fortunate to have teams of some of the industry's best engineers and research scientists. So this allows us to be an end-to-end provider offering power-to-plug assistance that helps organizations to reimagine what smart energy solutions could be like with next generation innovations. So as you mentioned before, globally, we're across 140 different countries and regions around the world. We have 13 different manufacturing bases globally. And in Asia Pacific alone, our presence is in more than about 20 different countries. And we believe in the need to establish local offices and presence to better customize our solutions to the needs of the local market.
Okay, so give us a sense, because perhaps the audience is not familiar with smart energy solutions. Give us a sense of what are smart energy solutions and where are they deployed?
Well, that's a great question. And we're in a unique position to have a very wide and comprehensive portfolio of smart solutions that really span across different business verticals, from data centers to buildings, to industrial, to commercial, and utilities, for example, just to name a few. And these solutions can really range from high voltage to medium voltage to low voltage, from the transmission to distribution. The smartness comes in the fact that they're all interconnected, okay? And we have also sustainable smart solutions that are spanning in the solar system space that really helps with the sustainability. That is a very common and very important topic around the world. We also have the water, gas, and electricity metering, right? Smart metering, which is greatly used by utilities around the world. And to support sustainability, also energy storage systems are deployed together with our solar systems. But what might be more common to the wider audiences is really the home and lifestyle products and solutions, such as your home and building automation, your light switches, and your plugs and sockets, which almost every home has. So one of the beautiful things about having the capacity to provide a total solution from end to end is the customization. And this tends to simplify the challenges with design and assurance with quality integration, because these are some of the things that our clients are greatly concerned about. And this is one of the reasons why we're able to have that continuous long-term partnerships as a total solution provider with our clients.
Now, could you give us a sense, and you talked about your clients, give us a sense of perhaps one or two case studies of clients that you've worked with over a period of time?
Okay, well, we're very, very fortunate and very proud to be able to be associated with some key projects around the world. But one or two that really come to mind is that we were part of Southeast Asia's largest energy storage project. It's an iconic project by the great folks together at Sembcorp Industries. And this project is part of the program from the Energy Market Authority to accelerate energy storage for Singapore. This system was officialized in February this year, and it has a capacity to store 285 megawatts. So what does that mean? That means it can power over 24,000 four-bedroom HDB households for one day. And this project helps Singapore to meet its commitments set out in its 2030 Green Plan. Okay. Another one that comes to mind is there is a Bang Karno Indoor Multifunction Stadium in Indonesia, and CHINT has been supplying a number of smart technology products to support the electricity infrastructure of this stadium, which is set to hold the FIBA Basketball World Cup in the next half of 2023. We provide circuit breakers, surge arresters, and variable frequency drives to ensure the safe, smart, and reliable transmission of energy. So these are just a few examples which we're very proud to be involved in.
Now, earlier in the conversation, you mentioned innovation, which is very much part of CHINT's DNA. And I see that when I'm doing the research on this, I see that peppered across a lot of material. Tell us about, with innovation being in the center of your DNA, how you are driving change in the spaces of digital workshops and intelligent factories.
Well, Brian, you're right. Innovation is really part of our core DNA. And at the moment, we have 3 global R&D centers. They're located in Europe, North America, and of course, Asia Pacific. The company leverages advanced technologies such as automation, robotics, Internet of Things, and data analytics to achieve the high manufacturing capabilities. CHINT has more than 14 factories with this same level of QA/QC certification, leveraging the automated manufacturing technology and AI to help identify and rectify faults in production, minimize waste in the process, and maintain consistency in developing high quality products. So for example, in 2019, we were awarded the Excellence Award by the National Intellectual Property Administration. That's a wordful, for our software solutions in innovative metering. This is just one of the testaments to our investments that we have for our in-depth research to develop electronic metering products, smart products based on digital signal processing and robust communications, for example. Another one that I'd like to highlight as well is that in 2022, we launched the Singapore Poly CHINT Smart Electrical Power Training Lab, where students can interact together on, our switchboards that are not typically found in traditional panels, such as smart temperature sensors for 24/7 fault and wear monitoring, smart metering for improved electrical efficiency, and the smart human interface module, for condition monitoring.
Okay, so let me ask you about that specifically, because you're targeting students. What's the objective around that? Is that about helping the education sector build more market-ready graduates for the workforce?
Yeah, look, I think this is a challenge that the whole country, for example, we work with government bodies, and Singapore, we work with the institutions and the policymakers. And one of the things that they really want to strive for is to be, one of the leaders in high technology, high resources, advanced manufacturing. And in order to drive that direction forward, it comes to the people. So it really starts with the education of the students to be able to make industry-ready graduates into the workforce that can be coming into the system with the right skill sets to be able to deploy it in this new day and age of, heavily driven on AI, heavily driven on IoT, which are different from the education systems that probably you and I were used to when we were going through school, I think, Brian. So nowadays, the governments have realized that process needs to change, and they work with industry partners like us to help provide that industry experience to the next generation of employees.
Johnson, then, as you mentioned, and we can't run away from this topic of AI. How is this going to impact the factories of tomorrow, and where will all the workers go?
Look, I think that's a billion-dollar question, and I think that keeps a lot of CEOs up at night from the manufacturing sector, because they need to adopt to the evolving operational technologies and information technologies, while also coping with the challenges such as labor shortages and inflation. So a report that comes to mind, Brian, is one from 2022 by Gartner, and they state that by 2026, at least 75% of large enterprises are predicted to adopt some form of intralogistics smart robots in factories, due to the growing need for automated processes to cut costs and reduce labor constraints on manufacturing. So AI is a learning tool. It's used as a natural language to understand the state of equipment and predict future performance. And at CHINT, we adopt AI. We have an automated factory at Zhejiang, China, which can produce up to 3 million circuit breakers a day. In fact, we're one of the largest circuit breaker producers, and we make one circuit breaker every 1.2 seconds. And we have processes in place that detect and even predict potential faults in the production line, so that we can reduce the number of faulty items and waste generated. On the flip side, there's also concern that because AI is developing so fast and such an effective rate, that it's going to cause some worrying concerns for job security. But at the same time, there are reports, for example, by Bain & Company, that surveyed that 41% of manufacturing businesses cited that talent pool is a significant barrier to full potential. So on one hand, AI is going to reduce labor shortages, but on the other hand, there are industries that are saying there's not enough labor and not enough supply to meet their demands.
Yeah, so I think that's, as you said, it's a multi-billion-dollar question that is yet to be answered. But Johnson, let me ask you something else, because obviously you're in an industry that is very dynamic. What are some key trends that you are seeing in the smart energy industry in 2023, 2024?
Well, looking forward, what the trends that we see, especially in the smart energy industry, is that AI is driving various trends, right? Including the development of smart grid systems, the demand for response management, energy forecasting and optimization, predictive maintenance, and the energy management systems, right? So AI technologies such as machine learning, neural networks, and natural language processing are being utilized to improve energy efficiency, to enable intelligent energy consumption, right? And to enhance grid operations. Today, the use of robotic arms in factory has become so commonplace. But what is quickly becoming even more exciting is the potential behind integrating advanced AI into robotics, creating more emotionally intelligent machines, right? So there is much potential to generate content from a range of manufacturing equipment. And there's a lot of talk about the rise of industrial metaverse, which is a form of metaverse, but for manufacturing, engineering, and construction industries.
Now, so if I'm a director of a global conglomerate, and I'm director of manufacturing for a global conglomerate, I've got factories all around the world. Why should I work with CHINT? And what should I be looking for when I work with CHINT? Are you going to be delivering savings? Are you efficiency? What is your value proposition?
Well, That's a great question, Brian. And a lot of industry partners that I from different business verticals that I mentioned before, whether they're from data centers, whether they're from commercial utilities, critical power, they all share common problems, which is surrounding about things like design support, on-time delivery. The whole world has been turned upside down with raw material shortages and supply chain issues. And the fact that we have global supply chain resiliency has really helped, allowed us to help these clients to deliver projects on time. Now that example that I quoted before about Asia Pacific's largest energy project was delivered. A project of that size would normally take 2 years, but it was done in 6 months. So in fact, it allowed the government of Singapore to meet its energy targets almost 2 years ahead of time, right? So a lot of industries come to look for our support when it comes to customization, design, quality assurance for integration, and on-time delivery. So this is the reasons why clients look for us, and that's what's helped us really formulate these long-term partnerships.
Johnson, it's been a fascinating conversation. I've really learned a lot. But before we leave, any final thoughts you'd like to leave our audience with?
We at CHINT are committed to continue to provide innovative and sustainable energy solutions. We're dedicated to support the transition to clean energy, promoting digitalization in the energy sector, and partnering with organizations and industry to achieve their business objectives while minimizing environmental impact. So I really appreciate this conversation we've had together, Brian.
Thank you very much, Johnson. It's been great having you on the show.
My pleasure. Thank you.
We've been speaking to Johnson Lu. He's the Director of Asia Pacific from CHINT Global. I'm Brian Fernandez, and you've been watching and listening to Biztech's C-Suite Conversation Show. This interview will be on our website, www.biztech.asia, as well as our syndication partners, TV stations, radio stations, and websites. Thanks a lot for tuning in.